Welcome to The Center, a new show centered around women and girls who have experienced domestic abuse and trauma. The show provides tools and resources to help them reach their highest potential. We are so honored today to have Iris Cole as our first guest on The Center. Iris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. It is certainly our pleasure and honor to have you on the show. And if it's okay with you, I will begin with a brief bio and then we'll jump right into the interview questions.
Sounds good.
Iris is an innovative, strategic, and bilingual leader with an international profile and 20 plus years of experience working as an executive and sustainability consultant in both the public and private sectors. She is also an entrepreneur, having launched several companies, including She Raises the Bar and most recently, Do Good Artist. Iris serves on the board of directors of the Hispanic League, Arts Council, Ronaldo House, Goodwill NWNC, Senior Services, Leadership Winston-Salem, and is the board co-chair of the Reach Women's Network and president of the Flywheel Foundation. Iris, such an honor to have you on the show today, and we'll begin with the first question. As an artist and storyteller and strategist, the intersectionality of your passion and experience provides an innovative approach to problem solving. How does your unique perspective show up in how you approach your work?
You know, I started my career out as a musician and conductor, and then sort of moved into the business world. And now what I do is I do corporate social responsibility and sustainability consulting for organizations. So it seems like two sort of separate things, but it's an interesting combination I didn't really understand early on in my career, and something that I've come to understand as valuable. That ability to combine creativity and strategy, because I think it gets innovative results that are hopefully moving the needle on a bunch of issues. So my work in strategy centers around how to have stronger and more equitable impact in communities in a way that is accessible and that is stakeholder nurtured. And then, while also helping build bottom line results for the organizations that I'm working with. So, you have to get creative and do things differently if you want different outcomes. So I feel that that's how it shows up for me in the work that I do.
Iris, we know that you are on the move and you still make time to create new opportunities. To that end, what inspired you to launch the award-winning virtual reality experience Unseen?
So Unseen has really been a passion project of mine. I spent the early part of my career as a Latina living in Latin America and the Caribbean and working there. While I was there, I saw just a lot of social issues that were impacting, women and girls. And, those issues ranged from poverty to machista society to harassment to domestic violence, and a number of different issues. And all of those issues connect or make somebody vulnerable to human trafficking. So, in an effort to try and address some of these things, I thought, wouldn't it be interesting? Wouldn't it be interesting to see how something like virtual reality and the arts could come to bear to address the issue of human trafficking? And then what happened when I sort of threw the idea out was that it had sort of an interesting response. A lot of people said, wow, tackling something like human trafficking with virtual reality feels very scary and overwhelming. And then a lot of people said, wow, that is really interesting. Maybe that could move the needle. And so what happened is it just created a significant amount of engagement by a lot of different people and a lot of different organizations. And what they helped us do was ensure that this product was authentic and not sensationalized, and that it would really engage people in understanding the issue, right? And so it's been a real passion project. I have seen it have tremendous impact, and it inspires me to continue working on it and getting these stories out through this medium, because people are so interested in virtual reality that they'll try it even if they hadn't initially had an interest in human trafficking. So it just provides this vehicle to engage people in a really difficult social topic.
I'm certainly inspired by the work that you've demonstrated through this innovative concept, Unseen. Thank you so much for being a pioneer in this specific sector of the industry. It truly, truly is remarkable. So why do you think technology will continue to play a critical role in storytelling, and what other trends will impact the artistic community in 2023 and beyond?
We spend so much of our time online. It's and I think the metaverse is getting closer and closer. So, what I've found is that immersive experiences, whether you're talking about augmented reality, virtual reality, or mixed media, those are things that are the best tools that we have in our toolbox to generate empathy and awareness. There's nothing like putting yourself in the shoes of somebody else who is experiencing something, and you can't sort of unsee what you've seen. And so, these types of mediums hit all of the senses. And, I think the other thing that's really interesting about technology is, especially these mediums, the learning power of the medium is so interesting. We had somebody tell us that this experience, by going through it, they learned in, you know, 10 minutes what it had taken them 10 years to learn. So that's the power of it, and the empathy building power of it.
Absolutely. I love that there are so many different ways to tell a story to really drive home impact, and clearly that's been evident in the work that you've been doing. It is estimated that human trafficking rose by 12% between 2016 and 2021. Today, nearly 30 million people around the world are victims of this abusive system. What factors do you believe contributed to this increase, and how do you envision your work will help move the needle to end human trafficking?
I think that for me, um, I've just learned over time that, it's everybody's responsibility to bring their skills and their superpowers to bear to do good in the world. And so, whatever that is for you, I just encourage everybody to think about what is it that they care about and what is it that is their superpower, and to use it for good.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Iris, for being on the show today. It is a tremendous honor, and we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure.